MCV4U1, Chapter 2, Derivatives, Session 12. In this session, we are going to work on questions assigned in Session 11, page 105, 106, questions from exercise 2.5. The first question is question 5, part E. Write the function in the form of y equals u to the power of n. Y is 5x2 plus x to the power of negative 1. Then differentiate. dy dx is minus 1 times 5x2 plus x to the power of minus 2 times 10x plus 1, which can be written as negative 10x minus 1 over 5x2 plus x to the power of 2. Question number 6. Given h equals g of f, where f and g are continuous functions, use the table to evaluate h of negative 1 and h prime of negative 1. h of negative 1 is g of f of negative 1. f of negative 1 is 1, and g of 1 is negative 4. h prime of negative 1 is f prime of negative 1 times g prime of f of negative 1. Chain rule. Derivative of g of f of x is g prime of f of x times f prime of x. f prime of negative 1 is 4. f prime of negative 1 is negative 5. f of negative 1 is 4, is negative 5. And g prime of f of negative 1. f of negative 1 is 1. G prime of 1 is negative 7. So the answer is negative 5 times negative 7, which is 35. A very good practice on chain rule. Next question, we are looking for derivative of f of g of x, f prime of g of x times g prime of x. f prime of x is 2 times x minus 3, 2 times g of x minus 3 times g prime of x. Derivative of 1 over x is negative 1 over x2. Therefore, h prime of x is negative 2 over x2 times 1 over x minus 3. Next question. Question number 13, part A. Y is 3u2 minus 5u plus 2, u equals x2 minus 1 when x is 2. When x is 2, u is 4 minus 1 and u is 3. We know dy dx is dy du times du dx, the other form of chain rule. We are looking for dy dx when x is 2 and u is 3. We find dy du, 6u minus 5. Du dx is 2x. Then we plug in the numbers. Dy dx when x is 2 is 6u minus 5. Since u is 3, is 6 times 3 minus 5, which is 13, times 2x times 4, which is 52. Similarly, we can do part C, dy du times du dx when x is negative 2. If we replace x equals negative 2 in u, we see u is 1 to the power of 2, which is 1. We are looking for dy dx when x is negative 2 and u is 1. dy du is product rule, 1 times u2 plus 3 to the power of 3 plus 3 times u2 plus 3 to the power of 2 times u times dy dx. dy dx is 2 times x plus 3. Then we replace the numbers and we find the answer. Next question is question number 15. We had a similar question in session 2.8. A 50,000 liters tank can be drained 30 minutes. The volume of water remaining in the tank after t minutes is Vt equals 50,000 times 1 minus t over 30 to the power of 2. T is greater or equal than 0, smaller or equal than 30. At what rate to the nearest whole number is the water flowing out when t is 10? We have to find the derivative and plug in 10. We are looking for rate of change of the volume at t equals 10 minutes. The derivative is 2 times 50,000, which is 100,000, times 1 minus t over 30 times negative 1 over 30. V prime of 10 is 2,222 liters per minute. Last question, question number 19. Differentiate x2 times 1 minus x3 divided by 1 plus x3 to the power of 3. We can use either product rule or quotient rule. If we write it as product of 3 functions, x2, 1 minus x to the power of 3 and 1 plus x to the power of 3, x to the power of negative 3, then the derivative is going to be derivative of first function times the other 2 functions plus derivative of the second function, negative 3x2, times multiplication of the other 2 functions plus derivative of the third function, which is minus 3 times 1 plus x to the power of negative 4 times x2 times 1 minus x to the power of 3. We could write the function as x2 minus x5 over 1 plus x to the power of 3 and use quotient rule. Derivative of f over g is f prime g minus g prime f over g2. Thanks for watching.